Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the new Cyclops Magnus wheel-on power trainer. The Cyclops Magnus is a relatively new trainer from Cyclops, coming out within about the last year or so. It is a rear wheel-on power-based trainer and competes with the likes of the Wahoo Kickr Snap. The Magnus is loaded with technology and features. It has ANT+ FEC and Bluetooth 4.0 connectivity, which is perfect for using software like Swift or Trainer Road. It has a peak resistance of 1500 watts, which is higher than I'll ever need, and an accuracy of plus or minus 5%. The power is supplied by PowerTap products. The max grade it can simulate is up to 15%. Once again, more than I ever need and definitely more than I want to ride. Cyclops rates the noise level of the Magnus between 64 and 69 decibels at 20 miles per hour. So 64 to 69 decibels is fairly quiet, especially compared to traditional wheel-on trainers. The unit uses the classic Cyclops frame, which it folds up pretty small, easy for storage. It has a clutch knob so you can get the perfect roller to tire tension, and it's compatible with most road bikes, cyclocross, and mountain bikes. Disc brakes are no problem for it, and if you have a through axle, a separate package can be purchased to adapt the frame for through axle. The Magnus uses an electromagnetic type of resistance, which is super smooth, and if you don't have it plugged in, you can still use that as a regular trainer. The companion app for the Magnus is called Ruvi. It can be downloaded to any smartphone or tablet. The Ruvi app will allow you to update the software whenever a new update is available. It will also allow you to calibrate the trainer from it. Ruvi is also Cyclops' virtual training program, which offers an alternative to Zwift. I'm so excited to give this a try and to have a trainer at home again. I have mostly been using the rollers the last couple of years and have borrowed Kickr Snap and CompuTrainers at training facilities. So it's nice to finally have a unit back here in the house. So let's open it up and take a look at it. So as with most wheel-on trainers from Cyclops, it's going to come in two pieces. You're going to get the frame, and I imagine in this box it will be the resistance unit and the knobs. So it's pretty straightforward, two foldable legs on either side. And a neat addition I noticed with this versus the old Fluid 2 I have is the rubberized knobs are an irregular shape, so you can rotate them in case your floor isn't flat to level everything out. In the box, inside with the unit, we are going to have a smaller box with cables. So pretty straightforward for the cables, very similar to a laptop. You have the one end that plugs into the unit, and then just your standard side that plugs into an outlet in the wall. It'll come with a warranty card from Cirrus, as well as the trainer user guide. And this big guy here is the actual power unit and resistance unit for the trainer. So you have the flywheel on one side, and this side contains all the electronics in it. It does include a card from Cyclops that shows the ID and serial numbers for the unit, as well as the ANT+ and the Bluetooth codes. It also has been quality checked by somebody at Cyclops and signed off from them as well. A couple other pieces for the trainer, as well as a quick release. We have the knob that goes onto the frame, trainer quick release unit that we'll put on our rear wheel. Here we'll have the parts to install the resistance unit onto the actual frame. The instructions, bolts required, and the knob. All right, now that we've got everything out, let's start building it. So we'll start off by sliding the L-shaped bolt right into the back of the frame here. For the L bolt, it does come with a small little clip to hold it in place, so you can slide that right through the drilled hole on the end of the bolt. Next, so we want to slide this into place, and then we're going to make sure once we have this on, the L bolt goes through the hole here in the back. And that's in place. We'll take the rectangle bolt, slide that into place. Now we're going to run the fixing screw through the unit. Next, we'll take the yellow knob and thread that onto the back of the L bolt. That's all you need to do to get the resistance unit onto the trainer. Now the only other thing we have to do to get this ready to ride is to slide in the other arm that holds the rear wheel into place. You'll see it has two sides, one side where it bevels in, one side where it's rounded or beveled out. So we want the bevel inside to be going towards the inner of the frame. Then we screw the just the easy grip knob here into place. Now all we have to do is plug it in and we're all ready to ride. Pretty spiffy, eh? It's an easy assembly process and it can be done pretty quickly. Now let's set it up and get the bike on it. So to get the trainer ready, it's pretty straightforward. First we need to stand it up and unfold the legs. They just pull out into place. Now let's load the bike onto it. You have 3 presets here. The middle one is going to be for a standard road bike. You can go up to the top one to make it a little bit wider. And then if you have a small bike or a kid's bike, you can go down to the smallest one. On this side, you're going to have the dial to get the bike locked into place. So we'll lift the bike up, match up the ends of the skewer. Then we're going to clamp that shut. So the next thing you want to do is tighten up the resistance unit onto the tire. And you just simply tighten it up. Once you get to the perfect tension, it's going to click into place. The final thing to do, since it is a power trainer and to get all the power features, you need to plug it in to the wall. On the interior here of the resistance unit, starts blinking green, lets you know that it's plugged in, ready to go. If you're familiar with any of the Cycleops trainers from the past, the setup and bike setup is exactly the same. The only thing you have to remember is to plug it in and to calibrate the unit. To calibrate the trainer, ride it for about 5 to 10 minutes to warm it up. Once warmed up, you have a few options to calibrate it. If you're using a program like Swift or Trainer Road, you can calibrate it right within the software. It's a simple spin down calibration process similar to the CompuTrainers. And if you don't want to do it through that, you can always do it through the Ruvi app on phone or tablet and just simply follow the process. So enough chatting for now. I'm going to go hop on it, do a quick ride on Zwift, then we'll be right back and we'll chat a little bit more about it. What a great ride. I just did about an hour on Swift and erg mode. The trainer seems super smooth, and after reviewing the data file, the data seems to be fairly consistent. The other 2 wheel-on power trainers I have spent a lot of time with in the past have been the Wahoo Kickr Snap and the CompuTrainers. The Magnus is definitely a lot quieter than the CompuTrainers. The noise levels seem pretty comparable with the Snap. The unit is quiet enough that Shannon can be here in the living room working. I'm in the bedroom of the small apartment, and the noise of the trainer doesn't bother her at all. Overall, I'm so ecstatic with this new unit, and I can't wait to get on it and do more training. It's going to be a great winter of riding. If you guys have any questions about the Magnus here or any of the other trainers that I mentioned, please post them down below in the comment section. I'll get back to you right away. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and let you know when the new videos are released. You can do that by clicking on the circle up here. And in the meantime, check out my climb up the observatory hill here in Victoria. You can do that by clicking down here. Cheers.